Local contracting company Ranked LLC being sued by a business after accusing them of not completing the work it was paid to do.
This contractor behind the work, Chad Champers, has a history of legal trouble, including a past connection to Summit Contracting, which pleaded guilty to federal wire fraud back in 2023. In this First Alert update, Samantha Cavalli speaking with the business owner who filed this lawsuit, who says they feel embarrassed they didn't see this sooner.
This bar and dance hall has been a fixture of the town of Theresa for decades. However, the lights have been turned off for the last year and a half after Chad Champers' company Ranked LLC decided not to finish the work here, costing the owners more than $200,000.
These guys had no intention of ever doing anything other than take that money and running.
Sean Fleissner's partner Jenny owns the building, formerly known as the Wetlands, which was heavily damaged by snow in 2023. After filing an insurance claim, they were recommended to hire Ranked LLC to complete repairs, costing over $120,000. So they were confused in October 2024 when state inspectors cited the work for missing supports, improper materials, and unsafe construction. They reached out to Champers, who never returned to fix it.
We trusted in our general contractor, Ranked, and we assumed that he knew what he was doing. We didn't check that he wasn't using the proper materials. We didn't check that he wasn't following code. We assumed that's what he was doing.
We've reached out to Ranked for comment, but our emails bounced back as well as our phone calls. We did not find any signs for Ranked at the Ashwaubenon address for the company. Champers' lawyer has also not returned our request for comment. The owners say they have now been in a legal battle for over a year and a half. The bar cannot reopen until everything is fixed and up to code. Reporting in the town of Theresa, Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.